Hello everyone, it's Pat at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to make a necklace with bone beads and solid brass beads, and I'm creating a pendant with 3 small pieces here. And so if you haven't got a pendant that quite suits what you like, you can always combine some items together and then you can get a special pendant. So what I've done is I've taken 28 gauge wire, and I'm going to hook these 2 together first because their circles work together. Now sometimes you can use jump rings to do this kind of attaching, but in this case I've got 2 rings that go this way and 1 that goes the other direction, so the jump ring just doesn't quite work for that. So we'll put the wire through about 3 times to give it a nice tight hook together. 1, 2, and 3. So that hooks those 2 together. Oh, I missed going through this one, so we'll catch that on another couple rounds. There we go. Get them lined up nice and straight. And the advantage of your 28 gauge wire too is that it's very fine and doesn't show, where I tried it with a 26 gauge and I found that the wire showed up a lot more. Okay, so I've got those 2 attached together. Now I'm going to proceed to attach these 2 to this one, and I'm going to use both of these wires. Put that one through first, the longer one, and then this one. And you can use a pair of pliers to help with this. It really makes it a little bit more efficient. Bring those around, and we're going to go through again. One wire and the other one. Nice and snug with the pliers. Okay, so I've got them all attached together, and I'm going to just bring those wires around, and I'll clip away the excess wire such that the raw ends are going to sit inside the loop there so that they're not going to touch the skin, and just give it a round with the chain nose plier. There we go. So now I have my own custom created pendant. So I'm going to string this unit on with 1.5 leather. So I've cut a piece of leather, and we can put the pendant on in the middle, like so. And I'm going to put a bone bead and one of these brass beads, another bone bead, another brass, and a bone. I decided to do 3 of the brass on each side. That seemed to be a reasonable number that would set the bone beads apart and give them a nice identification. Oh, leather doesn't like going through real easily. It comes strung, so you expect that it should go through, but sometimes there's a little nick in the middle. So I'm doing 3 brass beads and then continue with the bone. 1, 2, and I've got to do the 3rd one on this side. And we'll get, I didn't quite use the whole strand of bone. I thought it made it a bit too long. So I've used 8 on each side. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we are, and this side, 2, 4, 5, and then I have this unit that I'm going to use as the clasp at the end. If you're leather doesn't go through real easily. Sometimes if you give it a little turn, it will give it a little bit of help. Okay, so I've got it all strung up. Now I will lay each end into this leather crimp and close it down. But I'm also going to put a little bit of G&S Hypo into this because I find that you need to always have glue in your leather crimps. Also, leather gripper, we just took some, oh goodness, some shelf liner that works really well as a rubber gripper. Okay, so we'll give a little bit of glue in this side, a little bit in this side, and then put the piece back in here. Actually, I'll just leave it for later. Okay, so we only want to put in as much leather as we need here, and then we're gonna run the rest of the leather up the other side. So close down on one side. Go around, and I like to use 2 pairs of pliers to close these leather crimps. So I hold with one pair and go down with the other pair. Like so. So then I'm going to run the bone all the way back up there so that it's nice and snug. And we just need to finish off with a small piece on this end to finish. Cut away the excess leather. And of course that can be a little tricky that you don't have your piece go back into the beads on you when you're trying to hold it.
And then all of a sudden you started getting all this extra in there,
So get that pushed down nice and tight. First side always the hardest. And we'll hold with this pair of pliers while I squeeze down with the other pair. There we are. So we have our necklace all complete, excess there, with our custom-made pendant. Thanks for watching.